So, I got a GoPro. Let's talk about it. Now, I'm not an action camera kind of guy. I really don't just do much with the action camera kind of stuff. But really, what I wanted was a camera that I could take anywhere that would be able to capture good video and decent sound. And lucky enough for me, a GoPro fits that bill pretty well. I mean, it almost does everything I would really want out of a camera overall. Not just something with those low specs, but it really does everything overall. So what I got is GoPro's newest. I got a GoPro Hero 9, which is a little bit more expensive than the 8 and a lot more expensive than the 7, but what I was looking for was the newest and best, and also what I wanted was something that I could easily set up, have it go wherever I needed to go, and just kind of function and hopefully fit into GoPro's lineup for years to come. For a long time, GoPro had cameras that were the same size, you could buy the same equipment, and that's changed a lot recently. Especially with the GoPro 8, you couldn't use some of the old things with it. It was a different size than all the other cameras, and it also didn't have a removable lens. This one does, and that's one of the main reasons I went with it, is because I can replace the lens, or should I say the lens cover, I can replace it, and it's bigger, it's a different size and everything else, but I feel like this is what GoPro is going to use from here on out for a while. So why did I want one of these things? Well, really, I don't do a lot of action stuff. I'm not like a mountain biker, I'm not a skateboarder, I'm not a surfer. I don't really do anything super special with this that requires an action camera. But what this does provide is something quick and easy to set up. I can put it on a tripod, ready to go, and I can put it on my window, I'm ready to go. Whatever I need to do, I can really just take this little box and put it anywhere, and I can know that I'm going to capture good 4K or 5K quality video, even though that's not what I use when I upload to YouTube or other places. It gives me more options, and the higher resolution that you have, the more options that you have. The video off this thing is also stupid stabilized. Like, it is so good. I'm going to show you a couple clips here in just a second where you'll see me running down the beach with my iPhone and then with my GoPro, and it's night and day. Granted, my iPhone's a little older and all of that. I have a 10R, but really, this thing kills it as far as stabilization goes. The picture quality is also really good. I can change how wide the picture is, so I can get the GoPro look if I want, or I can get a traditional camera look if I want. It provides a lot of flexibility in a very small package. Again, this is something I can fit in my pocket, and it's not a big deal. The battery life is also outstanding. I've been using Sony cameras for the past few years. I have an a6300 and I have a Sony ZV-1, I think it's called, which is a little kind of pocket camera, but it does great stuff. It's what I'm shooting with right now. And they're great cameras. I love them. The autofocus is fantastic, but the battery life is beyond subpar for those cameras. I actually have this camera plugged into the wall right now. I don't know if you can see it without me destroying the cable, but I have it plugged into the wall because the battery is not going to last the time that I shoot this video. And what I really want to do is I want to be able to take this thing out. I want to be able to go walk around or do stuff and not have to worry about the quality of getting sand in it or getting dirt in. I just want to go take something that will get good quality video, which this gets excellent quality video, and then I want to be able to capture decent sound. And honestly, the sound on this is fine. It's not great, but for what it's put through, for these little holes on here, it's really not bad. And as I've seen GoPros and have talked to friends that have used them and stuff, GoPro's really gotten a lot better and paid a lot more attention to the sound quality over time. And this is their best version yet, and I've been decently happy with it. The other thing I really like about GoPro is that I can shoot the video here and I can choose a bunch of options. I can choose what quality I want it as, I can choose the width of it, I can choose the kind of the picture look. So I can give it the GoPro look really quickly. It has its own color profile on here, but I can also shoot it in a flat version, which is what I've chosen to do with everything. And I can shoot it flat and then color grade it later. Color grading is still something I'm learning and something I'm getting better at, hopefully, and something that I'm exploring. But shooting it flat, I'm really happy with the colors flat, and then when you add the color back into it to make it look better, it looks phenomenal. And you can see when I go through and actually color grade this stuff, the colors pop and it just looks great. And what I like about color grading as I'm learning through that process is that I can really control every little aspect and dial them in the way I want to see it. Now that it's such a new camera, it's only been out less than a month, this thing still has some, let's say, details that are lacking. There's not a lot of stuff you can add on to this. There's only one firmware update. If it ships with that or not, you may have to update, you may not. But there's not a lot of extra stuff that goes on with this. There's not a lot of stuff built for it. If you go from the GoPro 7 and earlier, you have a world of things built for it. And that's part of the reason why I purchased this one. Because I believe, I don't know, but I believe that this thing is going to last for a very long time, and that this form factor, the taller, wider form factor that GoPro has given this, is going to be what they do going forward. I really think the GoPro 8 was kind of a one-off, an idea where they thought they could build upon it, but quickly realized that all of the new things they wanted to add to it, they couldn't fit into the body of the camera itself. So they expanded this one, and expanded it a lot. It has a bigger battery than all the others. It has removable lenses, which only one other GoPro has. See, it comes off real easy, and if I scratch it up, if I damage it, it's ready to go, and I have it set ready. So it's this bigger size, this bigger form factor, I think is going to allow them to expand and to change the camera in coming years. I'm not going to be purchasing the GoPro 10, 11, 12, whatever. But what I do plan to do is have this camera for a long time and to be able to take part in all of the features and all of the things that come through it. That may pan out, it may not. But as you see here, the quality of this video, the stabilization of this video, just the general actions of this thing are killer. Now this video is totally ungraded. I can change the kind of speed of it, so I can see slow-mo, I can see fast, but this is just me going through and doing stuff with the camera on the beach. And it's really, really good on the beach. I can do pretty much everything. And these were not ideal lighting conditions, but pretty close to good lighting conditions. And the camera looks beautiful. Now this little thing is a complete and total powerhouse for me. It produces high quality video with pretty decent sound. I would like to have some options on being able to expand the sound so I can include my normal sound setup. But really, for a daily vlogging camera, for an action camera, for really anything, this thing's pretty darn good at what it does. I'm completely impressed. Again, this is my first GoPro camera. It's my second action camera. My last one was a $40 Chinese knockoff called 8-Man. It was good, but the quality of the picture, the quality of the sound was not anywhere close to this or a GoPro that existed at the time. I tried to convince myself of it, but this thing is way better in every respect, and I'm really, really loving this thing. That I can put it in my pocket, that it has really good battery life, that the picture and sound quality are above average, if not well beyond average. It's just great. and the stabilization. With Hypersmooth 3, this thing is killer. I can take it for a run on the beach, I can go for a hike, and it's gonna look smooth. It's gonna look like it was shot on a gimbal, and whatever magic that GoPro is doing, hats off to you guys, because you're doing a great job. This thing is killer, and I don't want to sit there and praise the camera all day, all long for everything, but for somebody who purchased this full price, bought it with their own money, I am very, very happy with what this thing provides. The only thing I'm not a big fan of is these little feet at the bottom. I think they're kind of chintzy feeling. I'd much rather something else more solidly mounted, where it's either a cage around this thing or something coming down that feels a little bit more solid. I understand why they did it, and I agree with the general design reasons for it, but as a user, as somebody who goes through and has used this on a fairly regular basis, I wish there was something that went around this that locked it in a little bit better, because these feel just a little flimsy, and if one of these happens to break, I'm screwed. I can't mount it to anything anymore. So yes, this thing is completely overkill for what I use it for. I'm taking it on drives in my Tesla, I'm taking it for walks or runs on the beach, I'm just taking it to experience my life. But that's kind of the point, that this thing is capable enough, that it has the features, the skill set, that I can just go pick it up, make sure there's a fresh SD card and a charged battery in there, and go and capture my life. This fits that bill really nicely, and I know that it's going to fit any of the bills that come up during there. So that if I want to go out for a walk, if I want to go out for a run, if I want to go out and record my car, I have all those options available to me, and I don't have to worry about the action end of things, because while this is an action camera, I'm not an action user. This is something that I can use daily. I can use it easily, quickly, and just kind of grab and go and know that I'm going to get something great out of it. So I am 100% happy with this purchase. I may be trying to justify that in my head, but I'm very happy with the price tag on this and what I got out of it overall. So if you have a GoPro Hero 9 or you're looking at it, let me know if you have it, number one. And number two, if you're looking, I really think you're going to be happy. If you're looking for something that's actiony, this works. But if you're looking for a daily vlogger, if you're looking for something that kind of goes beyond and is easy to set up and you don't have to worry a whole lot about, this thing is killer for anything that you might want to do in that time. So I can't recommend this camera enough. I really do like it. I really do enjoy it. And the footage here that you've seen hopefully shows you that this thing is really solid.